Good morning, guys. In this video, I'm going to explain two different examples about factorizing quadratic equation. As first, we need to understand that factorizing means getting brackets. Okay, that means from an expression we need to get brackets. Second, in the context of quadratic equation, when you factorize an expression, for example, I have this curve. When you factorize an expression, you are looking for the points that are crossing for the x-axis, okay? Those points are called roots, okay, or zeros. And these roots or zeros correspond to the answer of the factorization. Okay. Now we are going to solve some problems in which we are going to factorize expressions. As I told you before, it is revision because we already see this topic before. I'm going to write this expression x squared minus 2x minus 3, okay? The idea of factorizing again is getting some brackets in which we're going to include factors in it, okay? Factors. How to factorize this? Okay, to factorize an expression, first we need to identify the components of the expression. I'm going to write again x squared minus 2x minus 3. Just to recognize, the value of x squared is a, the value minus 2 or the value for the x alone is b, and the value for the minus 3, that means the number doesn't contain a variable, is c. Okay? It is going to be important to identify the method. I'm going to apply it in a while. Okay, when you identify this, we're going to create the following. We're going to create an x. Okay, remember the x magic? I taught you this method before. Okay, for this one, at the top of this, we're going to include the multiplication between a times c. In this context, we have a is equal to 1 because we don't have a number, therefore is 1. 1 times minus 3 is minus 3. Okay? And below, we're going to write the number of b. The number of b is the number minus 2. Okay? When you complete this part of the x magic, we need to write the components that we have in the sides. And the components of the sides correspond to the following operations. You are going to tell me two numbers that after multiplying we can get minus 3, and at the same adding or subtracting we can get minus 2. Again, we have minus 3. We need to get this by multiplying. And the minus 2 is adding, using the same numbers, okay? To complete this task, we are going to explore the different numbers that after multiplying we can get minus 3. For example, to get minus 3, we have minus 3 times 1 equal minus 3. We don't have more combinations. Now we are going to use the same numbers, but instead of multiplying, we are going to add. Minus 3 plus 1 equal minus 2. Okay, if you see, we get minus 3 and minus 2 by using those numbers. Therefore, we are going to write those numbers here, minus 3, that is a minus 3, the multiplier or adding, and the 1. This number is going to be positive, but if you want, you can include the decimal. Okay? When we have this, finally, to complete this, we need to take the value of A. We're going to take the value of A below the numbers you have in the sides. If we see the value of A is equal to 1, that is corresponding to the number of the x squared. Therefore, we are going to write, instead of writing an A, we are going to write 1 and 1. Finally, we're going to write two brackets, remember the two brackets, and then put the numbers of the fractions, those fractions, in the brackets. How? The denominator is the value for x. Is the value for x, okay? For the x. That means if you see this number 1 is 1x, if you see this one is 1x, and the numerator are the single numbers. For example, minus 3 is minus 3, and plus 1 is plus 1. Finally, the factorization answer is x minus 3, x plus 1. Okay? That is the way we factorize. Now, the final step is, after completing the brackets, we need to find the values for the x, because we don't have the values for the x. How to find the values for the x? Because as I told you before, we need to find the intersections. Again, we need to find the numbers we have here and here, okay? x2 and x1. Why x2 and x1? Because we have two values for x and x. How to do it? You're going to take the previous answer, x minus 3 and x plus 1. I'm going to make this expression equal to 0, okay? That means you're going to take in a separate way each bracket, okay? Each bracket, I'm going to make it equal to 0. For example, this bracket is x, let me do a space, thank you. We have x minus 3 equals 0, that is this bracket. And now this one is going to be x plus 1 equals 0. Now apply opposite operation to find the value for the x, and we will have, for example, the minus 3 passes to the side, and x equal 3 is the first value for x, and the second value for x is equal to minus 1. And then we got the roots of the quadratic equation, okay? It is the step by step in order to get the factorization, that is the brackets, again, the brackets. It is the factorization product, yeah. And then what you have in the red squares is the values for the x, or the roots we have in a quadratic equation, okay? Thank you guys. I hope this can be useful for you, and I'm going to send more videos with simple examples, but I'm going to ignore some steps. Have a nice day.